The spotlight has always been on Patrick Ewing. For 11 seasons, he's been the heart and soul of the Knicks. Yet his only trip to the NBA Finals ended in disappointment. Now, in his fourth season, Shaquille O'Neal is the center of attention in Orlando. As a starter in the last 4 All-Star games and a scoring title to his credit, Shaq has supplanted Patrick as the premier big man in the Eastern Conference. Despite the individual awards, these two have never won an NBA crown. And today, as both approach this year's playoffs, they look to fulfill their dreams of being labeled the best in the world.
This is the NBA on NBC.
On a beautiful 73-degree day in Orlando, we welcome you to the NBA Game of the Week. A capacity crowd better than 17,000 turning out of the arena for the New York Knicks and the Orlando Magic. The Magic, with a record of 53-18, they lead the Eastern Conference, and a win today would clinch a second straight Atlantic Division title.
Critical for the Knicks to get off to a good start. They got to rebound the ball to control the tempo, and they've got to play creative offense throughout.
And the Magic controlling the opening tip. Here's the double on O'Neal as Oakley raced over. Hardaway finding Grant. And Shaquille coming up short. Rebounded by Ewing. Tonight, an excellent second half, holding the Nets to 26 points. Ewing not able to hit and rebounded by Dennis Scott.
Back on his heels.
Horace Grant back to Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq on that right box, the weaker of the two for Shaq, but he's got this very strong drop step, right-handed, almost a jump hook.
Here's the double as Oakley comes over. Grant looked like Ewing got a piece of it.
Tremendous defensive effort by Ewing that time, forcing the miss and getting the rebound. The toughest thing for the big guys to do.
Charles Oakley, who has been hitting the outside shot. The backdoor pass picked off by Hardaway. Oh, beautiful look away. Hardaway for O'Neal.
Well, Penny Hardaway started that fast, ranks the floor so well, going to the offensive end. But Penny Hardaway doesn't take things for granted here. If that ball hits Dennis Scott, he followed up nicely. And Patrick Ewing very late getting back. And Bill, as you said, nobody helped.
And travel call. 7-6 the score. Orlando by 1. Pretty pass. It counts. And the foul. Shaquille O'Neal firing the bounce pass for Horace Grant.
Well, just not a good double team that time by the Knicks. Charles Oakley coming way out, 18 feet away to double team Shaq, and a soft one at that because Patrick Ewing wasn't up as well, and that's what made the pass so easy to Horace Grant.
Time to time, when facing pressure, have had problems with it. Ewing and Anderson able to collar the rebound. Clinched a second straight Atlantic Division title. O'Neal.
The Magic down. They look sharp. They look very aggressive and angry in their overall game.
Hardaway with that block of Starks. Hardaway dishing for O'Neal. And a blocking foul called on Oakley.
Him the ball. Penny has the ball in his hands initially.
How about Shaquille hitting his first 2 at the free throw line? Patrick Ewing with his first field goal. 6 of 21 against San Antonio, 7 of 17 against New Jersey. Nice pass again. Shaquille with the pretty pass. Pointer has cut it to a 2-point Orlando lead. We come up on 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. The power move by O'Neal.
The Magic are trying to compare to the last time these two teams met in early February.
Oh, Ewing with the fake drew the foul. And that is the first on O'Neal.
Shaq is moving around, guys. First with a pass here. Beautiful pass. Although I don't like the jump to get that off. But then when he's able to slide around and use that finesse in combination with his power.
And that foul on Shaquille, a non-shooting affair. Ewing again with the footwork going to work, and a beautiful fadeaway by Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, who's got 5 rebounds of his own to go with a bunch of baskets, shooting.
Put the ball on the floor, and I think Nick Anderson has to try to do that. So the Knicks are trying to cover that perimeter.
Ewing, very active. 22 seconds to go in this first quarter. Patrick Ewing on fire. He's hit his last 3 shots. We'll be back in a moment. Met by the double. Shot clock at 6. Ewing fires from deep and hits just within 2-point range. Here's Scott for 3. And Ewing pegs it down. What a pass, and Oakley is clobbered by Concave.
Oh, beautiful play, however, by Patrick Ewing, who saw Charles Oakley run at Dennis Scott on the 3-point attempt.
For the first time as the second quarter gets underway. The Magic up by 6. Wolf with the rebound. Bills going at each other. Here's Shaquille with the drop step move. And Wolf unable to hit.
Knicks have to take advantage of the forward position here. Mason and Reed against Wolf and Dennis Scott. Get to the hoop and power it in.
Blocking foul called on Wolf.
The court, which is Shaq's weakest side, and then force him into all position with Shaq. The further away from the basket, the better. And then, as everybody says, hope and pray a lot. And that's inexcusable for the power and strength and talent that this team has.
And O'Neal showing his power by taking it to the hoop. Patrick Ewing was 1 for 9 of that second half. What do you make of all this, Bill? I mean, here's a club that has turned it around. They're winning ball games as O'Neal is fouled, hit from behind. Developing at Madison Square Garden for J.R. Reed. And the stuff by Shaquille O'Neal, plus the foul. Foul committed by Patrick Ewing.
That time, just too deep. The cross screen. Derek Harper's got to get in front of Shaq. The only player that I've seen in the last couple of years willing to stand in front of Shaq and physically take that punishment has been Akeem.
Fine the last 13, but for the season having big problems. Shaquille at 47% on the season. Here's O'Neal on the save, whipping it back out. Anderson for 3. Rebounded by O'Neal, is taken down by Oakley.
The strength of Charles Oakley. He just reached out and pulled Shaq down. Shaq weighs well over 300 pounds. To go out there and just pull that ball with Shaq, tremendous.
Charles just quietly walks away from it. Shaquille, on the other hand, taking a rest.
Jobs of teaching Shaq to go shoot the free throws.
They collapse on Shaquille O'Neal, and it's tipped home by Horace Grant. I know Charles Oakley also approaches it in that manner. Here's Ewing. Yes. And how many guys do you think really take that kind of care? Open 3 for Anderson. And Harper gets to it. Ewing racing down along with Oakley. Ewing, yes. So it's a 10-point Magic lead. 3.
Well, the Knicks want to get their running chances, but they do not want to get in an up-and-down, helter-skelter type of game with Orlando.
Nice pass from Ewing.
You're able to pass better because the defender's arms are down.
O'Neal fouled by Ewing. Orlando lead.
Shaq's a guy, though, Marv, who's still growing into his body. Very young. Exactly what to do every single day. I don't really see a problem for his free throw shooting at that point.
Here is Grant. Oh, very friendly roll for Horace Grant in this first half. Ewing. Nice drop step move by Patrick Ewing, who's played well. We'll be hearing from Ahmad a little bit later on.
I like the Ahmad story about Ewing, about Oakley and Horace Grant. I just wonder if Horace Grant learned about that hack to the injured hand that Oakley would be so magnificent at.
Ewing getting down court, led by Starks.
Right now.
10-point Magic lead. And Shaquille O'Neal foul. Went into the spin. And on the double team, he took the hit. So Shaq will go back to the line with 43 seconds to go in the first half. Foul committed by Mason. Timeout has been taken. Ewing on the breakaway off the lead pass. One shot. Down to 6 on the 24. Jump hook by Ewing. Ewing with the follow. Patrick Ewing with 20 points. That has been the Knick pattern, with John Starks having the green light once again. Patrick Ewing with 22 points.
But they're also going to need a big game from John Starks in some way, shape, or form. He's got to contribute offensively.
And Shaquille O'Neal able to work his way down low, and has many members of his family and friends on hand, so I think he'd like to pick it up. Grant from O'Neal.
That depends on where you're sitting, right?
Wait a second. Are we changing the interpretation of the game now? That's a loose ball foul.
2 years in the regular season, Seattle, Utah, and then the Lakers this year have had great point guard play. Gary Payton, John Stockton, Magic Johnson, Nick Van Exel.
Getting on the floor after loose balls, offensively, making the extra pass, maybe taking a few less shots, maybe taking a few less minutes, maybe not playing at all.
To his man.
And Horace Grant critical to the Magic's success.
Bad shot by Ewing.
Just basically a 500 team.
Ewing. Mason on the rebound. Call for steps. Mason. And now single coverage by the Knicks. Ewing over for the block.
They're just picking out open people.
Willie Anderson has checked in for the Knicks. O'Neal with the power move.
End of the game when they're all out of their rhythm, then maybe Shaq will get out of his. But this strength by Anthony Mason, able to box out, force Shaq to use that shot.
The Magic have been scored by the combination of O'Neal and Grant. Shot clock at 5. And here's Shaquille. And this matchup is not working from the Knicks point of view.
Well, when you have the smaller Mason on, that's when you do have to come and double team. At least with a taller player like Patrick Ewing or even Herb Williams, at least Shaq would have to shoot overhand.
The Knicks painfully weak at guards already. Haven't been able to get anything out of Hubert Davis, who just had spot duty.
First outing that the Knicks had under Jeff Van Gundy. Game in Chicago last week that was Shaquille O'Neal once again. And the tip by Oakley.
Extremely talented, and they play their game extremely well on this floor.
Once again, Horace Grant from Shaquille O'Neal.
Beautiful pass.
And Ewing able to knock it down.
5 in a row.
Yes, 5 straight wins on the road. They're now 20 and 17.
There's that repost that you talked about, because you have to give a little bit of space as a defender. In the last 4 games, Shaquille O'Neal has just been on a tear.
By the Magic. They have been beaten badly in the second half.
Good run. They came back to get within 4 at 57-53 as Shaq continues to jump the pass and also jump the dunk.
A victory here today does it. Also a message down the road, should there be, as Ewing is able to hit.
And how to guard Shaq and what you do. One of the things you try to do against a great player is Shaq gets hacked on the base. You try to front him, but when you front a guy like Shaq, then they just go over the top, and there's never been a big guy in the league that can reverse and catch those high passes on the lob.
And Ewing just picked up number 4. Here is the lob from Brian Shaw. Shaquille for 2 more of his 32. We'll be right back.
This area.
Never mistake activity for achievement, though.
Oh.
Righty.
By Wolf, while Orlando coming off the blowout of Toronto, and they've done the same here to the Knicks. Shaquille could not hit, and then while the Knicks go to 41-29, and these 2 clubs will meet again in New York on Wednesday. Standing ovation for the Magic, and they have tied an NBA record by committing only 3 turnovers.
All right, thanks, Mom. Shaq, you were simply magnificent today offensively. They double-teamed you, you found the open man, they tried to man you, and you came up with a whole bunch of shots.
Well, we had lost a good one against the Lakers the other day, and coming in the locker room, we said that we didn't want to lose 2 in a row. So we all just had to come out, play hard, play well, and we did that.
This is the time of the season where you want to start making statements about what kind of team you are. Was this one of them?
I just think we wanted to, come out and just play hard, play aggressive, and get to the boards and hit some shots.
All right, congratulations on a great game.
I love you, man.
All right, over to you, Marv.
Let's not get crazy now. Thanks, Ahmad. The Orlando Magic have won 7 of their last 8. They are now 34-1 at home.